Richard, police are on the hunt for a fourth suspect. Tropical storm Debbie is gaining strength right now. There are kids who don't want to go to school, and then there are kids who really don't want to go to school. Burglar loses his finger and then needs the help of deputies to find it. The fastest man alive proves he really is. In the second deadly shooting in that area in 4 months.
Laughing in the studio. What's the deal with that?
I could watch you run shuttles all day. There's no graceful way to do shuttles. That's just funny. I like the slow-mo versions. That kind of makes me feel old, so that must make you feel like ancient.
What's the point of the story? Was the point of the story to say, Pat, you're old?
I think so.
Robbers with a mango?
No, don't take mangoes to a gunfight.
No.
Worked out in her case, but...
Yeah, not a good idea. I mean, she got hit.
That's a controversy I would love to be caught up in. I have way too much money.
Yes, yeah.
You just want to kind of bleach your grout for a short time period. It's great.
Yeah, just for a very short time period.
Caramel.
Beer that tastes like biscuits and caramel. I like pale ale. I'd try it.
I don't know if I want biscuit beer, though. You know? Is that like a breakfast beer?
I don't know. I don't know.
And we just cannot win with this weather. It's either 105 degrees outside or it's thundering and lightning.
Breaking news, breaking weather. This is Local 15 Today.
Good morning, and thanks so much for waking up with us. And even though we're having beautiful weather right now, you can't help but keep an eye on the tropics and wonder what's in store for us maybe next week if it takes that westward turn, if it's going to impact us with Tropical Storm Isaac.
I know, that's so true. It's really been a trade-off as everything here settles down. The tropics are really ramping up, and everybody needs to stay tuned into what's happening with Isaac. Right now, it's moving near San Juan, Puerto Rico, but in time expected to move near the southern tip of Florida.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Now to today's big story. Sentencing continues today for Michael Berry after being found guilty of capital murder yesterday in just 30 minutes of deliberation. A fifth relative of missing teen mother Brittany Wood has now been arrested. Wendy Wood Holland is charged with endangering the welfare of a child. Wendy's husband and Brittany Wood's uncle, Donald Holland, committed suicide hours after the teenager disappeared. 4 other relatives and a family friend have been arrested in Baldwin County on sodomy, rape, incest, and sex abuse charges. The 19-year-old was last seen May 30th in the Styx River area. The Baldwin County Sheriff's Office maintains that Brittany Wood's disappearance is not related to the sex crimes case. A woman critically injured in a Pensacola shooting may not have been the original target, according to police. 41-year-old Angela Brinson was shot multiple times Tuesday night on Attucks Court. Officials aren't convinced Brinson was the intended target. They say the shooting could be connected to a murder last year and a shooting earlier this month. Terrence Abrams was shot and killed by police after the shooting. Officials say he fired first at an officer who then returned fire. An investigation into a California slaughterhouse revealed animal cruelty and possible health issues. We want to warn you, some may find this video very disturbing. Because of those reasons, the federal government will no longer buy meat from the Central Valley Meat Company. The USDA bought 21 million pounds of beef through the National School Lunch Program and other federal programs. Undercover video shows sick cows being shocked, kicked, and shot. There are now 7 suspected human cases of the West Nile virus in Baldwin County. 41 people have died so far this season across the nation. Health officials in Baldwin County are also concerned because several sentinel chickens across the county have tested positive for the virus. Larvicide tablets are being dispensed all across the county, and the plan is to be proactive in battling the threat of the virus. Baldwin County now has several reports of suspected West Nile virus cases.
And it'd be hard-pressed to find any family that hasn't been touched by cancer in some way, shape, or form. So when you see a cancer prevention study, you know, it's an easy sell.
Hopefully we're getting high levels of participation here because you know it's going to lead to some important results down the line.
And I hope in my lifetime they find a cure for it. I really do. That would be
miraculous.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
it
sure.
really would. And we hope that happens. As far as the weather is concerned today,
time now is 6:11, and we're all watching those spaghetti plots with Tropical Storm Isaac, and a few of them have them kind of shifting to the west, having it come up into the Gulf of Mexico and possibly affecting us.
Yeah, now that it's taken more of a southerly track, it looks like it's going to cruise through the Caribbean.
Residents in Puerto Rico and South Florida, as you can imagine, bracing for Tropical Storm Isaac.
Yeah, in Puerto Rico, people are pulling their boats up from the water, and they're trying to protect their homes and stock up on supplies. The governor declared a state of emergency and activated the National Guard. He also canceled classes and closed government agencies while the Coast Guard closed all of the ports. People heading to the Republican National Convention are bracing for a little deja vu. 4 years ago, Hurricane Gustav brought the first night of the Republican National Convention to a halt. even though it took place in St. Paul, Minnesota, more than 1,000 miles from its Louisiana landfall. Now, Tropical Storm Isaac has set its sights on the southeast and possibly Tampa, where the RNC will take place next week. Tampa's mayor says he isn't worried about the potential for rough weather. He tells CNN city authorities are trained and ready to host the big event, but if a storm comes that way, public safety trumps politics.
Well, for some of us, college may not seem that long ago for some of us.
But if you'd like a little perspective on the college graduating class of 2016, those students entering their freshman year of college now, most were born in 1994, which means they are likely more familiar with Hillary Clinton than former President Bill Clinton. Everything for them is digital now, including music, movies, and ebooks. This year's crop of freshmen watch TV on their laptops, smartphones, and iPads instead of a television set. That kind of makes me feel old, so that must make you feel like
yeah, thanks.
ancient.
I was about to say, what's the point of this story? Was the point of the story to say, Pat, you're old? I think
so.
Born in 1994.
I know that does make me feel kind of old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Born
That wasn't
in
that long ago. Well, I guess it is
1994.
2012, so that makes sense. So
I was graduating from college in 1994. Wow.
today is Casey Anthony's last day of probation. It ends Friday morning at midnight.
Hey.
Bogus financial schemes and bad advice are causing seniors to lose a lot of money. A new survey says the average senior citizen victimized by financial abuse loses more than $140,000. One of the most common scams is the free lunch seminar. They're typically marketed as educational presentations and entice older attendees with the promise of a free meal. Many times, though, it ends up being a sales pitch for investment products that come with misleading or fraudulent claims, experts say. The elderly also often are overcharged for medical expenses or fall prey to reverse mortgage scams. $140,000. That's quite a bit of money.
Cash, yeah. Well, a parent is arrested at a local elementary school while police were called.
Rapper LL Cool J fends off an intruder. What his representative is saying about the whole ordeal.
His mama said to knock him out. I'm curious if teenage girls will swoon over a cartoon version of Justin Bieber. What show he's going to be on.
All right, thanks, Kelly. Well, LL Cool J took on a home intruder early Wednesday.
That's right. LA police say the rapper turned actor in.
Taylor Swift has sold millions of albums and won 6 Grammys, but there's one honor that's eluded her until now. #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Her single We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together from her upcoming album Red rocketed to the top of the chart this week. She also set a record for the most digital sales by a female artist in 1 week, 623,000 downloads. On Twitter, Swift said she's jumping up and down.
And Bieber fans, get ready because this teenage heartthrob is about to get animated. Justin Bieber will get a guest appearance on The Simpsons, according to Entertainment Weekly. The 18-year-old pop star will play himself and will enter a talent competition that will also feature Bart playing the piano. The episode is expected to air sometime next year.
That's going to be cute.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And I applaud him for going on the show and being able to make fun of himself.
Yeah,
so.
that's the, if you can't make fun of yourself, you know,
Yeah, you
why
gotta
go
be
on?
Yeah, you got to be able to make fun of
Yes.
yourself. You got to make a lot of situations.
Well, does your dog pull on its leash? Today we are testing out the Comfy harness to see how well it works. Is it a deal or a dud?
If you like the beach and the SEC football, who doesn't? Well, it's your weekend. How to get in on all the action.